I have it for once.
Lally ho, friends. How are you doing? I love every time I start this episode, I always clip it and we always get I think it's usually Izzy. We always get a little bit of Izzy saying something before.
I'm sorry.
No, it's beautiful. It's part of the show now. Lally ho, friends, welcome to episode 34 of Kupo Quest. We are back and we are ready to find out some juicy details, I think. So, where we left off. Again, our group has split up completely. We have two people, Grunthor and Blake. They are up in Mysidia, dealing with some family issues of Grunthor. Blake is currently endlessly wandering the halls of Mysidia looking for an automaton that she just cannot find. Meanwhile, back in Balam, the other three prepare to journey up to Alexandria, where they'll be meeting up what they hope is the next day. But due to some events that happened at the end of last episode, we'll see how that plays out, because essentially Grunthor, as his memories came back to him, realized that the woman and child behind quarantine were in fact his wife and son. And through sheer force of will and a little divine intervention by Shiva, he was able to actually break that barrier. He now finds himself, along with Hekiel, in quarantine, as Hekiel is not allowing them to leave this room until he is able to determine whether or not that huge burst of radiant energy was able to actually purge the Serpent Pox that lives within these not captives, but they're his guests. And so we'll see how that goes. But before we get to that, let's talk to you all that are hanging out in Balam. You all had a pretty interesting little afternoon too. Ava has communed with both of the deities that now live within him. Turns out Groot has kind of been there all along, but not until Leviathan came around, until she was actually being more forthright. Izzy did make contact with Morrow back in Cornelia to find out that he does likely have what you're afraid that he has, the Serpent Pox plague, which means that somehow it has spread to Cornelia as well. And Nozak's having a little bit of a breakdown, just a little one, as he seeks Sid's help to kind of get out from underneath the thumb of the Empire. So, the three of you, what are you all doing to prepare for your journey up to Alexandria?
Depression. Mainly.
Because you are planning to leave the next in the morning, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I mean, Nozak's going to be really quick, simple, and easy. With leaving with Sid, obviously last week I had to dip. So, with leaving with Sid, I'm assuming they probably just had like a really good, deep conversation about things, talked about a lot of things, and just had a good drink.
Let me ask you this. Did you have any questions specifically for Sid that you would want to ask him? Anything that you
I feel like one would probably be either how long it took him to kind of break that hold, or if he'd done it before leaving the Empire.
Okay.
And then the second one would probably be whether he still has some like PTSD moments of like watching out for things, or like remembering certain like basically PTSD symptoms from the Emperor and everything that happened, because Nozak had it pretty cushy, whereas he knows that a lot of people didn't. So
I'm gonna do it in character because I like talking to Sid.
Of course you do.
So as you ask him that, he kind of takes a big long drink and just kind of sets it down. He seems like he's kind of mulling over what the questions and really giving it some thought. Well, here's the thing. I don't ever think I was as fucking ingrained into it as you were. I mean, I came here and I still had a little bit of contact with some of the folks down south, our kind. So I never really viewed myself as Empire. Just happened to be where I worked, where I lived. So, I'd dip out from time to time, go down to Esther and see everybody, but other than that, I just kind of did my work, put things together, use their technology to build cool shit. But, There's a part of me that still kind of feels like I gotta look over my shoulder, though. I mean, I know how these people are once you kind of abandon them. You know, Noctis, he doesn't really give up the chase that easy, so... Yeah, there's moments. I don't regret it for a second, though.
And of course. But no, just it makes it hard, because I think I kind of put myself in that situation when I kind of stumbled into the city, like almost 1,000 years ago after Nozak died. So, I don't know, I feel like there's this weird kind of disconnect now, where like I've only really known that for so long.
I get it. It was your home. Ain't no real place ever really felt like home for me besides up there. So
yeah,
didn't really put down roots.
It up there.
Roots aren't really what I do. My whole thing is breaking free from roots, taking to the sky, freedom,
getting off the ground.
Just,
I do have a lot of respect for you, Sid.
Most people do.
That I'd give you, but you did a lot for a lot of people without really asking for any,
Well, benefits. I mean, you're not half bad yourself, I guess. You're good at what you do. You're pretty fucking good at what you do.
If there's anything I'm good at, it's creating weapons of war.
Well,
because Lord knows I'm fucking good at that, and he's just going to take a huge swig of his drink.
War's not going anywhere. As long as you're making them for the right side, I think that's still a boon.
Yeah, I think that's one thing I'm starting to fight with now. Because when we went to Mysidia and we met with Izzy and Hekiel's dad, and we found out a lot about what was going on, I think that kind of put into perspective when my mind started to change with the Empire, because I realized how similar it was through different means. So, I don't know, I think I was just too sheltered for so long, and it's hard to kind of break out of that after 900 fucking years.
Sure.
But
the important thing is you're trying.
It's hard. It is so hard.
Anything worth doing is. Think it was easy putting these fucking pieces of wood in the sky?
Yeah, but you did it.
Exactly.
That's the main thing.
That's my fucking point. You can too, man.
The only thing I'm good at is creating things to put sharp things in soft people, so...
Well, we still haven't completely taken the bomb off the table, so that could come in handy.
I really want that bomb.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
It's so good. And then at probably that point, they're just going to drink and start talking about blowing shit up, because that just sounds like fun.
Fair enough. All right, Ava, Izzy, any last-minute preparations for that you have to get done this afternoon?
IDK, Bestie, you want to get some more potions or something?
All right.
Yeah, we probably should get some potions or something. Yeah, we could do a little bit of
spell scrolls are expensive.
They can be. I would also like to remind you, since no one seems to remember, you did find 2 pieces of unidentified things down in the water temple that no one's identified for like 5 episodes. We have this.
Ava will reach into his bag and pull out the marble/obsidian spear and the small blue gemstone.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still have, these things are probably... Well, I mean, this gemstone I can kind of infer because of the wind one, but this spear might do something pretty cool.
Stabby.
Just, you don't have to. I just want to remind you found those. Before I forget, and like 10 episodes from now, someone's like, what is this? And I'm like, I don't remember.
Yeah, when you show Izzy the items, he just looks at them and says, nah, and he tries not kidding. Hold on, what do you want him to identify?
A marble/obsidian spear, and then a gemstone. Or maybe the decanter.
You have a bunch of cutlery, too. Bunch of
Actually,
golden
really quick,
cutlery.
Yeah, sure. We can identify the golden cutlery too.
Yeah.
Actually, where would we even sell golden cutlery above table, DM?
It's a good
I
question.
mean, they might take it here. It's a souvenir from the temple. Someone might take it here.
Okay. Izzy is going to. How the fuck does he? Hold on. How does he cast identify again? Hold on. I think it has a different name.
Libra,
magic
I believe.
users.
Libra.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is why I use a stick.
I did make it more difficult by
5 classes.
renaming some of the
You
spells.
see as Izzy opens up his spellbook and starts searching for a bit because it's been a while.
Wow, Izzy can control F his spellbook. Love that.
So,
Okay,
I think you
so-
can do it as a ritual,
Oh,
but it
it
takes
takes-
like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I
apiece.
can. It takes 11 minutes.
Okay.
You see that he. Okay, cool. You see he just picks up. Hold on, how does he cast this shit? Hold on. Sorry, it's been a while since I've cast
So,
Identify.
while you're
'cause we
looking
don't
at that-
normally find things.
Ava, he's like, as Izzy's kind of going through all of his stuff and setting things up. If he's going to identify all this stuff, you're looking at like an hour. So, what do you think you're going to do while this is happening? While Izzy's just tuning you out and just taking all of this stuff and making a big pile with it.
All right, Izzy, give me however much gold you wanted for healing potions. I'm going to go shopping while you do this shit. There's no way I have the patience to stand here for an hour. I love you, but no shot.
DM, how long does it take to make healing potions again? I know you sent me a list, but I cannot find it for the life of me.
It will take a little bit of time. You could probably get one made. You might be able to get one made after this afternoon while you're doing it, but it does take a little bit of time.
Yeah, that's the trade-off is time.
Now, you would have time. You will know that the trip to Alexandria will probably take one stop, so you should be able to get there in 2 days. So that will be a little bit of downtime you'll have there.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem like much. He just says, just bring back the receipt and I'll reimburse you my share.
Okay. I'm going to go do that.
Okay,
All right.
cool. Izzy is going to pull out his pearl chalk. He draws a very detailed magical circle that takes 10 minutes to draw out. He holds his hands over. Cool. He holds his hand over it and he speaks the magic word as it glows silver. And now he knows what the items are. The 10-minute part is just the 11-minute part. Sorry, it's just drawing the magical circle.
Okay. So, what are you identifying first?
I mean, it's only 2 items, so I guess we can just do the spear first.
Okay. So this spear is a magical spear, as you would have probably guessed. This spear is called Kane's Legacy. Okay, it has 2 things that it does. The first thing that it does is if you reduce this target to 0 hit points, you gain 2d6 temporary hit points. And any creature can use and wield this spear. However, if you are attuned to the Dragoon job, you get a +2 bonus to attack rolls and damage.
I thought Kane was supposed to be scary. This isn't scary. That's a homosexual. No, but yeah, I guess he looks at the spear. He's like, this is beautifully made. And I also don't know who here is good at spear play, so I'm just gonna put this over here. You see, he just slowly pushes it to the side.
Give me a history check.
Ava will just grab it.
Yeah, sure. A nice little +12 roll. Nice. That's 25.
25. It does ring a bell with you, though, the Kane's Legacy. Kane is a very prominent figure in actually imperial history. Great warrior from long ago, long dead, so he's a historical figure. But essentially, he was known specifically for his mastery with the polearm.
He looks at the case like, I think Nozak will be interested in this, although I'm not sure if he can wield something this much taller than him. And then he just puts the gem in the center of his old magical circle.
Okay, and then you probably guessed this. This is an elemental gem, so this is the water. So this will allow you to conjure one water elemental once after you shatter the gem. So
Yeah. I think since he got the elemental last time, he'll let one of his other friends have it.
okay,
There's nothing else, right? Except for the gold plated shit.
yeah. But Ava,
Yeah,
were you
the
taking
plate,
that?
fork, and spoon.
Were you going to take that?
I'm
turn?
sure.
I'll leave it with Izzy in case he does identify it. But
Okay.
Sure. I guess I'll identify it.
hey, this might be a magical plate of refreshing food, Izzy. It's important.
The golden plate, as you cast Identify on that, you hover your hands over top of it, and you can feel the magic from your Libra spell penetrate the gold disc and return nothing. It is a set of golden utensils. Very nice.
Alrighty.
Probably expensive.
All right, I'm definitely going to find a place to sell this. Is there like a jeweler here? And I guess he'll just wait for Ava to come back from his trip to the store.
Okay. Ava, if you're looking for anything in particular, are you just looking for healing potions?
No, just the supplies, I think, or the healing potions, whatever it is
Okay.
he sent him off to do.
Yeah, so what were you looking for, Izzy?
Just healing potions. He'll leave it up to Ava which ones he gets.
Okay.
So yeah, just regular healing potions, I guess.
Okay, I think those are 50. Let me see.
They're either 50 or 25.
I think it's 50 and 25 for you to make them.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so it's 50. 50 for the normal healing potion.
How long in the 2-day wait? I could probably at most just make 2, right?
You probably. I'd have to recheck the rules. I say you.
No problem.
The crafting rules get a
Ava,
little confusing, but
if Ava is just gonna buy 2, there's no point because your boy can make them for cheaper. So if you're gonna get more than 2, feel free. If you're not, it's probably best to not get them. Sorry, I'm trying to see. Yeah, I'm trying to see who in our party can use pole arms. I'm pretty sure it's just your boy Grunthor.
Anybody who takes the
your
Dragoon
monk can.
job, the monk can, and anybody who takes the Dragoon job does get proficiency with that weapon.
Oh, lit.
So, but yeah, so I think base it's Grunthor and Ava that can.
All right, cool.
And again, I'm not trying to persuade anybody, but it does count as a monk weapon. Spears do. Seriously.
I mean, that's a lit that zip.
Makes sense.
All right. Ava, do you have anything in particular you want to accomplish? If you're just buying the healing potions, we could just pick that up. I'm not going to make you talk to an NPC shopkeep unless you want to.
No, just the 3 healing potions.
Okay. So getting 3, that'll be
150.
because you're buying 3, they'll give you a discount, so 125.
Hey, let's go.
I rolled. I've rolled above 10, so they gave you a discount.
Hell yeah.
All right. Let's go to Mysidia. Blake, I'm going to need another investigation check. Let's see if you can finally find one of these automatons.
Oh my god.
Oh, come on, baby girl.
Let's see.
Okay. Whoops. I double rolled. I like the first one better.
Yeah,
Triple roll.
what was the first one? I didn't see the first one.
I like the one that was a 10.
10. 10, I'll take a 10.
And that was the first row.
Perfect. So after a while, you kind of pick yourself up and, just frustrated, you do finally manage to find one that's just kind of it looks like it's just standing there, but as you get closer, it looks like it's dusting. There's like some pictures on the wall that it's just very briefly or very lightly dusting, but you see that it's just kind of doing the same spot over and over, and it's not really getting much done. But it doesn't seem to even notice that you've approached it. What are you doing?
I think she's gonna go over and just kind of tentatively tap it, hey.
It just
Sir.
cocks its head and turns it towards you, says nothing. It's vacant, holes where its eyes should be, just staring at you.
I forgot. Did Hekiel tell me why we needed an automaton, or did he just send me out on like a fool's errand?
He just said, "Go
is this
get
like
one."
in? I was about to say, is this like Shrek, where it's like, go get a like the purple flower with yellow thorns or whatever?
Very interesting piece of media to pull from.
I know exactly what you're talking about, though.
Right?
This would be a lot easier if I wasn't colorblind.
Right.
He just told you. So you didn't even really see what had happened. He opened the door, shoved you out, and said, "Go. I need an automaton."
Okay. So she's gonna like kind of tap it, like be like, Mr. Hekiel needs you over, and then she kind of turns around and then realizes she doesn't know where the hell she is. He needs you over where he is.
The thing is just staring at you. It's at this point, it's taken its little duster, and it is just kind of holding it down at its side. It looks like it's awaiting instruction, but doesn't really seem to understand what it's supposed to do.
So, go to Hekiel. Go get him.
Okay. This thing just kind of turns around in a full circle, and then just picks a direction and starts walking down the hallway.
Blake is just going to go after him because she doesn't know where the fuck she is. So it's like it's just like, I don't understand the magic or the science of what they have here. The automaton might be able to find Mr. Hekiel. I don't know, so I'm just gonna follow it. It knows where to go better than I do.
Perfect.
So that's kind of her.
Just gonna follow down the hall.
Yeah, so it's just like it's the blind leading the blind right now, basically. She has
Perfect.
no idea where she's going.
I love this.
Or like where she came from. She just
You're so turned around. It's
so turned around. Like,
yeah, it's a
just
big
absolutely
place.
lost.
You've been wandering for a while.
And she's only been there like the one time, and most of the time she was like trying not to throw up too. So,
Yeah, and then they ushered you very quickly to the portal room. So,
yeah.
all right. Grunthor. At this point, Hekiel has taken your blood. He has taken the blood of your son and your wife and himself. And he's just kind of pacing, like back and forth. How long has it been? She should be back by now. I can't leave the room. I have to get these samples down to my lab. I can't leave.
No.
Shit.
That's Blake trying to find her way
Grunthor,
by echolocation.
Grunthor, what are you doing?
Sorry, I'm still holding on to. No, hold on. Grunidia
Yep. And Gibble. Okay.
and Gibble.
Yeah. Again, I
And-
apologize. And when I had that written out, it made sense. And then I went to say it, and I was like, this is very hard to pronounce.
And eventually I finally break, and I believe that Grunidia did say that she was going to remove the memory block.
Right. From Gibble.
So I realized that I'm probably like overbearing right now, and this kid is probably like, what the fuck is happening? So I'm like, I kind of push him back a little bit. I'm like, I'm sorry.
That's okay, Mr.
My emotions got the best of me.
Give me an insight check. Eight. He's hard to read. He seems a little uncomfortable. And it's a little disheartening because you obviously know him, but yeah, he just seems a little uncomfortable. It's okay, mister. It's fine.
And just hearing how he kind of doesn't really remember me sends a little like shiver of emotion to me, and I like choke back a tear. I like and just kind of put my hand on, remove my hands from Gibble, put my hand on Granidia. I was like, "Do you think it's safe for you to remove the block?"
I think so. I really just wanted to talk to you first, but I don't think that there's... And she looks over at Hekiel, who's kind of just pacing at this point, and he's looking out the window, just trying to look back and forth.
This poor man.
I'll say, will it take a little bit of time?
It shouldn't. Yours was nearly instantaneous. His was also more or less an accident. Anyway, things got away from me. I need to stop playing with magics above my studies.
Okay. Well, you proceed. As much as it hurts me to leave you again, I'm going to check on Hekiel.
Okay. We'll be here. At this point...
I give one last squeeze and really quickly lean in, give her a kiss.
Okay.
Pat the head of Gibble as I'm leaving, well, on his shoulder. And then turn around and head to Hekiel. Okay. And kind of intercede myself in front of him during his pacing, so he'll like run into me, and I'm like, is something wrong? Is there something I can help you with?
No, not at this point. I need to get these samples. I can't do all of the testing on these here. I have to get them down, but of course, if they are still infected, then, well, none of us can leave this room now, or either of these rooms. He gestures over, because if you remember, you broke through a portal. So they're in a separate room, you're in a room, and there's a portal that's connecting them. So there's like 2 separate quarantine rooms now. I thought Blake would be back with the automaton. I was going to send the sample with them because, they can't get it.
And I guess I can't leave the room now.
Nah, it's not advisable. Because if the theory's correct, and exposure to the high radiation energies from the crystal purges this, then we should all be fine. If not, and he looks like he's trying to find a tactful way to say this, if not, you've just broken the quarantine barrier and possibly exposed the 2 of us. And we can't let it leave this room if that's the case.
For that, I am truly sorry, but...
What's done is done. Plus, it's a gamble, but if we are clean, I think we may have just stumbled onto something. Blake,
I'm in
give
your
me...
debt, and...
Blake,
Go
while
ahead.
you're doing this, give me a D100 roll. And then Grunthor, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I am forever in your debt, and I'm your most humble servant.
There's no need for that. I'm just a man of science and magic, trying to make the best of a shitty situation. Trying to finally do something I think my brother would be proud of for once in my damn life.
Imagine loving your brother. Gross.
Would it be me?
Blake, D100.
All right.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear that. That was supposed to be me.
Blake,
Like,
please.
I
I
wanna do
believe
it.
in you.
Uh,
I believe in you, Blake.
I mean, I was gonna ask what
on,
level of spells-
okay, so on... Oh, I see it. Never mind.
16. Okay.
Oh.
No, it wasn't bad, actually, because all you were rolling for was how many minutes it took you to find your way back here. So you actually wanted a lower number on this one. So
I was going to say wolf.
I was like, on a 0-1, she actually falls off of Mysidia.
yeah. Oh, shit! The automaton just
like
walks
the-
right off the edge.
It's like that crazy house in California, like the Winchester Mystery House.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
he just opens up a door. It's like what?
Well,
like
Miss-
leads
What?
to nowhere. Like, sorry, that's under construction.
Yeah.
We didn't tell anybody. Sucks to be you.
Yep.
And the Winchester Mystery House is a house in somewhere in California.
It's worth
I don't
Googling.
remember where.
It's worth Googling. It's pretty
and
interesting.
It's like, basically, like this widow had a premonition that if she stopped building, that she would die. So it was just continually built for like decades. So
Yeah.
it has like doors that lead to nowhere and
Pretty
like
cool.
windows that like it's crazy.
It's a great setting for like a D&D campaign, really, or some kind of
Sounds like
one-shot
it.
adventure.
It's
And now that you've said that,
spooky.
I got to think of a place where something like that would be, because that's kind of awesome.
Zombie.
This house looks like it would be an attraction at Disneyland.
Halloween is coming up, so
Oh, that's true.
Hey,
Where-
didn't you have? Isn't there possibly a zombie D&D? Can you imagine like trying to run away from zombies in the Winchester Mystery House?
Oh, yes.
Like,
Actually,
where
I'm
like things lead into nowhere.
I'm running the first episode of my Walking Dead one this Thursday, so that's not a bad idea. Anyway,
Please do not have us go to
The
a
window-
house where you can open the door and you fall out of it, please.
The
No-
only house
no
I
promises.
will say yes to is a house in New Orleans that they call the Rising. Anyway,
okay. So it's about 15 minutes go by, and then eventually you hear just a little tap on the window, and Hekiel kind of jumps up and looks around and peels back this little curtain that's there, and you just basically see Blake just poking up. I'm assuming you look frazzled and exhausted, but I don't know.
There's
And
definitely some like hairs just sticking, like where it's normally like pulled back and like nice and stuff. There's definitely like little like hairs and a little bit of like sweat from just running up and down or like back and forth.
okay.
And maybe not quite as like southern charmy as normally is. Just
Oh,
like
yeah.
there's a little bit of there's a little bit of a disgruntled face.
Like
Like trying
the-
to like keep it contained.
that end of the day, like, look, I'm about to the charm's going away. You know, this is let's deal with this, and I gotta go hide from society because I'm about to get mean.
My feet hurt. I gotta get. Like,
Right?
I just walked 10 miles in your goddamn city because nothing is marked,
Oh no,
and you
nothing
didn't
more.
tell me where I was supposed to go.
So as you're looking at him, he makes eye contact with you, and you hear in your head more than actually out as he kind of communicates with you with the message cantrip. Took you long enough. Can you send the automaton to the door? I'm going to send a sample out, and I need you to take the automaton down to my lab. Can you do that?
Can she reply to this? Do I need
Yeah.
a cantrip or do I
You
need
can
to-
reply to you got one reply to his.
Okay.
I'm so
I don't
excited.
have a word. I don't have a limit, right? I can say whatever I want.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right. First, Mr. Hekiel, nothing is marked here. You didn't tell me where you wanted me to go back. So we've been wandering, and you didn't tell me where these automatons were. So I've been wandering around trying to do you a favor. So yes, I will grab the thing. Where do I need to go so I can tell the goddamn robot? I'm sorry, I'm a lady. I shouldn't say that. So I can tell your darn robot where I need to take it because he doesn't understand me. And she's just kind of glaring at it.
As you're doing this, from around the hallway, 2 automatons come and just kind of walk behind you down the hallway, going off to their next task, and then kind of go around the bend and the other way. As he's kind of just watching them go, he seems bewildered at your response. I apologize. I thought they would be easier to locate. I will give you directions down to my lab, but this is highly important that you take them straight there and that you specifically do not handle these. Okay?
Men, can I tell? Okay, this is above table. This is Cat. Is there a way so if he messages it to her, can she use blub, blub, blub. What's the spell that I have? I have a spell that's like a talking spell, but I don't remember what it is. Oh no, did I get rid of it?
Like sending? The one
Me?
that lets you talk to pretty much anybody, any distance? Or
Yeah.
what do you want to do?
Because I was trying to think it would probably be better for him to talk directly to it to
Okay.
give the directions. I mean, it'd be funnier for him to give it to her and then she like still fuck it up. But you know, there's like the world's at stake here a little bit, or at least their health is at stake. So probably.
So what do you want to do? What are you thinking about doing?
I was trying to think of a way of like forward voicemail, basically.
Forward.
Like he sends it to her, and then she just like sends it to the automaton. But all she has is sending. She doesn't have the cantrip.
If you want to, I will let you blow a 3rd level spell on that. I will not stop you from doing that. Basically, what you'd be doing is just as it comes to you, just repeating it through your spell to the automaton.
Okay, she's gonna do that because
Beautiful.
I feel like she would do that rather than risk being lost there. Also, she doesn't want to be lost for another hour and like run
Sure.
it and to have to explain why she's there to his dad. Is also, I think,
Good
part of
point.
the-
Good point. I will let you do that because there was gonna be another role in it, and it's
Nope.
true. Running the risk of Donis finding out you're here has, by the way, gone up substantially now that
I've been
you can't.
wandering around for.
Well, not just that, but Grunthor and Hekiel are now no longer able to move freely. So we'll see what happens. But yes, as you cast the spell, essentially call forwarding as you're doing it, the automaton just kind of looks at you like it's like downloading this information, and then immediately just goes over to the door and waits. As Hekiel gives you one kind of curious look, and then goes back, and you see the door open, and then Mage Hand brings out 4 samples of what looks like blood and deposits them into the automaton's hands, who closes up like this to keep them safe and protected, turns around, and just starts off down the hallway back the way you came.
Blake is gonna run after.
Okay.
I imagine all they can see in that window is just like the little like white hair just kind of bob. She's like now probably jogging. Keep up.
The door shuts as Hekiel just goes, and now we wait. At this point, Grunthor, you feel something slam into your leg as you look down, and Gibble has now just run over and has wrapped both of his arms around your leg and is just like holding on tight with his face buried like in the back of your leg, and seems like he's crying.
I'm going to give a little fart. No, it's kidding. No, I'm going to like fall down to my knees and give him a proper, like, hey, you remember me hug.
You.
I missed you, Daddy. And he just like kind of throws his arms around your neck. As you look up, you can see your wife is just kind of standing on the other end, just looking tired and drained. She's pushed her magical abilities because you know that she does have, she is a mage warrior, but not necessarily a pure magic user. So this level of magic is beyond what she has normally been able to do in the past. So she's looking pretty tired.
With Gibble still hanging off my neck, I'm going to swing him around to the side so I can wrap my arm around him and walk over to Granidia, grab a chair, push it over to her to have her sit down. Then I'm going to go get... I assume there must be like a pitcher somewhere of water that I can get for her.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. The room that you are in, like their room is a quarantine room, but it's still, comfortable. The room you're in, however, is like one of Hekiel's private chambers, so it's much nicer. There's not just water. I mean, if you look around, you could probably find some spicy water, some adult beverages.
Good shit. The good shit.
When you
Some
said that,
hooch.
immediately I was like, immediately I was just like, gross. Who wants carbonated water?
We've taken to calling things spicy when they're adults because our daughter doesn't like spicy stuff. So we're like, no, this is spicy. You won't like it. And she's like,
Oh my God.
Okay. So spicy waters.
Plastic.
This is fuego.
Plastic
You
parents.
definitely don't want this.
Yeah.
I'm going to also fill a glass and hand it to Hekiel.
Okay. Oh, thank you. I'll give you three some privacy. I'll just be... Kind of looks around in that corner, I guess, and just kind of walks to a far end of the room. He can only go so far, but he is trying to give you some space as he kind of just picks a book off one of his shelves and just kind of keeps to himself off to the side.
Okay. So I'll sit down on the ground right in front of Granidia with and kind of shift Gibble to be able to sit like on my lap if he wants to.
Okay.
I was like, I don't even know how long it's been, but we're together now. Things are already improving. Hekiel is trying to help save the world, and hopefully we can have a hand in helping him. But the important thing is we're together.
Daddy, where's your chocobo?
You mean lady?
Yeah, she's usually with you.
Lady is now chasing down butterflies over the Rainbow Bridge.
Oh.
But I have a new one. I have her daughter.
She had a daughter?
And she had a daughter and a son.
Oh.
And Duchess is... And I just realized now, I'm like, oh crap, where is she?
Yeah, you don't know.
I don't think she's in the room,
She's
right?
not in the room with you, no. You don't know.
like-
It's not that when you got here, you kind of just came straight here.
Yeah.
So you don't know where Duchess is. She's a smart bird, but she's not with you.
Any chance that we could make a random roll where she runs into Blake?
That could possibly happen.
I'm gonna be
She's
honest,
not lost. I mean, don't fear. I'm not gonna steal your chocobo. Okay, I promise.
I'm gonna be honest. I dead ass thought you left her in Ballum.
Yeah, I also thought that she was left with everybody.
No, I
I
believe she.
said that.
I believe she came to the city.
Intentionally said that. Yeah, that
Yeah.
Blake, myself, and Duchess were all, and Hekiel were going with Hekiel. I mean,
Yeah.
and I'll just like give the little story of like how Lady found me, how she died, and how I came about with Duchess and met this nice lady Queen Sarah, and gave her the gift of the other egg, and the city of let's see, who is it? Morrow had the other egg and was keeping it for Queen Sarah. Blah blah blah, and that one has been born now as also a gold chocobo, but we don't know the name of him yet. Or yeah, him. So
Yeah, you haven't. You haven't found out the name,
nope.
but you left it in the hands of one of two
Knowing
people.
Morrow is probably something stupid.
One of two people named this. It was either Morrow or it was Leonhardt, which is like a 10-year-old girl. Okay, so one of the two people named this chocobo.
What color was the chocobo again? It was the
They're
gold
both
one?
gold.
Gold, another gold one.
Awesome. So it's either Goldie or Horn.
I'm
Thank
hoping it's
you.
going to be something like, like since we're gold and something like maybe something like Midas or something. I don't know.
Ooh.
See, that would be a cool. That'd be a cool name. Would that
Yeah,
be
but
what?
Mars-
I'm about to say, Morrow's an old man and a
Would have been a
snob.
cool name, but
Maybe I'll roll. I'll roll to see who named it, and then we'll figure out if I got a cool
Oh,
name
boy.
or a fun name. Or
We come back and it's called fucking Shimmer or something.
more likely, what happened is Morrow named it, and then Leonhardt has just said that's not its name, and is just forcibly changing its name. You know what I mean?
And I know it drives Morrow crazy, but he's not gonna fight a child over the name of an animal.
Yeah, and I like this isn't. I know it's not been established because you haven't really dove too much into what's going on back there, but I like to think that Morrow has unintentionally adopted this child because she's hanging around all the time. Because Ava's like, keep tabs on him. So like Morrow, I feel like is just always like, this fucking kid won't leave me alone. So I feel like they spend way too much time together. That's my headcanon. And I guess since I'm DM, it can just be canon. So,
great. Watch the name be like Nuggets or something.
hey, yeah. Yes, Nugs. Nugs for short. So, with that, the day grows long and turns to night. At this point, Blake, you have managed to make it, where you needed to go, of course. That didn't take very long. But as they're going about their business, the automaton turned it over to some of the other magicians here, and they're going about, they're running their tests. There's not really anything for you to do, but it's looking like they're not going to have an answer today. And you don't know when. The rest of you, back in Balam, have no knowledge of what's going on. Night comes for you as well. Nozak returns from his outing with Sid a little inebriated, just a tad. Ava has also returned with the healing potions you requested. And Izzy, you got anything else that you would be doing before turning in for the night?
I do, but first, he explains what the staff does and gives it to Ava. That's your name, Ava, to decide what to do with it. And then he says, "I had the wind elemental, so one of you should get a turn." And he just hands the gem to him.
Okay, I'll give it to Nozak.
Also, how much do I owe you for the potions?
Oh, don't worry about it. I have a fuck ton of money.
All right. I need to go prep for tomorrow, so I'll see you all in the morning.
All right, take
And-
this healing potion with you.
Oh, cool. I guess I have a healing potion now. Lit. Also, the golden set. It's not magical, but it is worth
Damn
a
it.
lot of money.
All right.
So find somewhere to sell it,
Yeah, I can do that.
and then he is going to go to his room by himself. And he's and very quickly he looks up a bit as he thinks for a second, and you guys just hear him as he walks off, as he just says, "Hekiel's stressed right now." And then he just continues to walk.
Yeah, you're twins, right? You've got that twin thing.
My God,
Yes.
twinsies.
Yeah.
But he is going to go to his room. He closes the door, and I think he sits down on his bed with Al Nubis, and he says, Al Nubis, do you think I'm a good mage? As he, like, scratches his head.
Kind of just cocks his head to the
I'm
side.
sure. Yeah, I'm sure Al Nubis, even though he can understand, does not have an answer for that.
Just kind of looks at
But
you.
he says,
Like when you're talking to like a dog or something and they like look at you and you feel like you're communicating, but they're kind of just listening.
yeah. And I think he nods a bit versus saying, I never thought about why I wanted to be a mage so badly. Do I even like doing magic? I think I do. Fun. I get to learn a lot. I get to read. I get to be a historian, a project manager, and a magic experimentalist at the same time. But why do I try so hard to impress people, especially when I never get anything in return for it? When I do well in Master Matoya's lessons, I gain knowledge, so there's a reason to do that. But I've tried so hard to be perfect for everyone with no reward. And that's when he nods a bit and he says, I'm wish I could be like you. You just exist. You just are. You don't have to find purpose. And I think as he just says that, he sighs, and I think he looks out the window and says, okay, I'm going to start thinking about myself from now on. And I'm going to stop looking back and stop trying to be reductive, which means I need to stop. I already discovered what here means. I need to discover what field means now. Going back hasn't been working. And I think he looks at Al Noobs and he says, And I think as he sits there, he puts his hands on his legs. And I think as he breathes in and out, he's going to attempt to feel his arcane energy.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Yeah, sure. A nice little +8. Oh,
19. Okay. You close your eyes for a bit and you start to feel the senses around you. You can hear just the subtle ruffling of Alnubis's feathers, and you can feel him kind of walking around on your knee at first, and then he kind of flies up to your shoulder. And you just close your eyes and just kind of be present in the moment. You start to look inward as you're meditating, trying to feel for that spark inside. And for the first time, you think you feel something. A power inside you that you know logically must be there because you've seen what you can do. But it seems still almost intangible. But it's there. Something deep in your core. A power that you have not yet fully tapped into, but that you think might exist.
And as he looks up, I think he lays back on the bed, and he sighs a bit as Al-Nubis is like sitting on his bedpost, like bed down to him. And I think he nods before just saying, I think that's enough for me. And I think he just lays and thinks for the rest of the night before falling asleep.
Okay.
I'm going to be honest, I did not think that would work.
You're getting there.
It's the power of positive affirmation.
So, the night passes uneventfully. You all get a long rest, of course. The next day comes as the three of you get up, gather outside. Squall and Renoa have met you there, and Sid is there as well, bright and early. Squall is the first one once you kind of gather together. Well, I guess you're about to be off. I'm assuming that the others are likely in Alexandria already if they're not, if they didn't go last night. So the sooner you get off, the better, I think.
Yep. Yeah. And then we'll be back here with our, I guess our new guests for you all to meet.
It's been a long time. Actually, I don't know if I've ever met Sarah.
Well, she's very lovely. She's also a very skilled healer, so that may help you all a bit.
We can always use more of those. Sid, you can show them to where the hangar is, yes? And Sid's like, fucking course, I built I'll take care of it.
That was so unnecessary.
Squall just kind of rolls his eyes. Well, bye.
Wow. We
Renoa
love a
just-
subtle king.
Renoa just, God. If you need anything, send word, and we'll do what we can. And good luck. We hope to see you very shortly. You always have a place here. And I will... She looks over to you, Nozak. I have thought about our conversation, and I think that we will take your advice under advisement for now.
I mean, that's all I can ask for. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't think you can ever understand how much you've done for us already. At this point, Squall kind of clears his throat. Renoa goes, yes, I know. Better be off now.
All right, Dad.
Sid pops up at this point. All right, follow me. I'll show you to the place. He just kind of starts walking off in the direction of the hangar.
Not me totally having to take a moment to remember what I fucking talked to Renola about last session. Be like, what? So much has happened this week.
It was the...
I remember now.
Yeah,
I
okay.
remember. It's all good.
Okay. Yeah, I saw when I said that. I saw your face. You're like, what? And I was like, oh yeah.
Oh, I was full ready to lie out my asshole. I was like, yeah, awesome, thank you so much. What the fuck? What did we talk about?
So, what are you all doing? What are you doing? Going straight there?
Oh, Nozak, here, take this potion.
Thank you.
You're
Do I
welcome.
need to pay you for this?
Nah, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, real quick. Could I have turned Al Nubis back into a crow last night? Or a raven or whatever he was
yeah.
before?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, cool.
Actually, what was it? Was it still an octopus?
What?
What was it before?
Oh, it was an octopus, but we were in the thing because we were underwater.
Yeah, what was it when you were talking to
never
it?
turned him into an octopus. What is happening?
I swear to God you did, I thought. No?
I didn't.
What was he when we were
Guys,
underwater?
He's a phase spirit. He doesn't need to breathe.
I swear to God I thought you turned him into an octopus.
No, as funny as that would be, Izzy would not have done it.
Okay. This is some kind of weird shared dream, because Nozak and I both remember this. But
I swear
If you
I was
guys
making a
watch
joke
back the-
about
maybe
it.
we were joking.
You
Maybe that was
all-
it.
Regardless, he's a raven and or crow again.
Okay.
Because I want him to match the character art.
Perfect. Yep, whatever he was, he is no longer. He is back to being your crow. All right. What's the deal? What are y'all doing?
We gotta get up out of here.
Going?
Do we need anything before we go? Anyone need to use the bathroom or get any snacks? Because I'm not making any stops unless necessary.
Oh, wait. Ava, when are you going to sell the thing? Do you want to do it here, or do you want to wait until we get to a more major city?
I mean, I don't think there are any... Wait, sell what thing?
The golden ware.
Oh,
We might not
I mean,
do that for a while.
got a little bit more priorities, like saving my queen. But yeah, we can stop to sell silverware if we want, or we can do that when we get back.
Oh, she's your queen now. I didn't realize you had such loyalty to her.
I am from Cornelia. You remember that, right? Well, I'm not
Wait,
born
what?
in Cornelia, but yeah, you know about my organization, I thought.
I did. I didn't realize you were actually from the city, though.
No. Sorry, that's where I misspoke. I'm not from Cornelia, but I represent and fight with Cornelia.
Your hometown was under Cornelian rule before the Empire took over. So you're not from the city, but you were part of Cornelia's holdings, or at least your town was until recently. So
The more we learn. Anyways, we should probably get going.
So you still selling the silverware or not?
Nah, we
Okay.
go later.
Is it still called silverware if it's made of gold?
Ooh, is it goldware? Oh shit, that's a good
I
question.
don't know.
I mean, it's still technically silverware because
But is
even though we
it?
call it like China, it's still like plates and silverware and shit.
Yeah, I don't know if my silverware is actually made out of silver either. So, you all make your way over, and Sid just kind of gives you one more rundown on how to use the thing, but it's, again, pretty straightforward. As he's kind of setting you up, he says, now remember, you're the only one that's going to be able to use this, all right? So don't let any of these fuckers around it. Okay? He can't do it. He points to Izzy. This little shit definitely can't do it. Points over to Nozak. Don't let him touch it. He'll probably...
All right, no touch. You guys
probably
hear
just
that?
break
That's
it.
from the mechanic himself. I'm the captain.
That's right. He's the captain. And bring this thing back in one piece, please.
It's 2 pieces.
At the most.
All right, that can be done.
All right, get out of here. I'll see you in a couple days. He kind of
Yeah,
hops
right.
off and just starts leaving. That's his goodbye. Are you heading out?
Remember, we should probably stay relatively unseen.
Ava, that's up to you.
We'll fly in the clouds.
How you doing it?
But, I'm gonna. How's the cloudy atmosphere today? Is there very many clouds? Is it a bright and sunny day?
I would also like to check that stuff.
It's a little overcast. Like, you don't have full cloud cover, but there's a decent amount of clouds in the sky.
Okay, I'll try and stick to the clouds as much as I can.
Okay. As you put your hands on it, you feel it start to rumble and then just slowly start to lift off. Interesting. I don't know. You think you probably would have ridden on airships in the past, Nozak. You've been there for quite a while. Izzy,
Oh, yeah,
and Izzy's
definitely.
from Mysidia, so I really wish Blake was here because she would be the one that had the most interesting reaction to this. But it is a intense feeling of just power that you are commanding, and as you're holding on to it, you can feel from within yourself, from within your core here, just this. It almost feels like talons, ghostly talons, kind of on the back of your hand, as though Garuda herself had placed her hands on top of yours. As the power channels out from you and lifts this thing silently and smoothly into the air. As you are looking off, Nozak and Izzy just kind of off the side, you can see Sid has stopped, and he's like looking up, kind of blocking out the sun. Just gives kind of a nod, and then continues to walk away. Someone, oh my God. I actually saw the GIF in real time now. Someone just sent the thing from Ghost.
I got it. Are they molding a penis?
No, they're making like. Have you never seen Ghost?
No.
They're making pottery. It's like a vase or a vase or whatever.
That is-
It's a good
You've
movie.
never seen Ghost?
It's good.
Yeah, he's
Patrick
Ghost.
Swayze,
Spoiler.
Demi Moore,
But-
and Whoopi Goldberg.
I
I'm about
believe
to say
so.
you've never seen
Yeah.
Ghost starring Whoopi Goldberg and featuring
Automaton
Mr. Safety?
Whoopi Goldberg featuring anybody else who cares.
Yeah, sorry. Quick sidebar. I love the scene where she's yelling up at his wife, and everyone just assumes it's a lesbian squabble, and they're just like, "Can you please shut up?"
God, I'm gonna have to go
Sorry,
watch
that's all I have
Ghost.
to say about Ghost.
It's good. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but I remember thinking this is a cute movie. Well, it's a little sad, but it's good. It's a good movie. Okay.
Death Lamau.
I've heard it referenced, and I've seen clips of that. Just like seeing it out of the corner of my eye, it definitely looked like they were working not on pottery.
It's pottery.
It was a it
like,
was an odd shape.
If you ever watch the movie, that particular scene, it's
It's very sensual.
Yeah, I mean, it is. But, so I guess they could be working on a giant clay penis, but...
Subscribe to our movie podcast.
we should do a movie podcast. We always pick one movie that one of us hasn't seen, and then we just watch through it, and we're like, oh.
Oh, I am about to watch a lot of films.
My friends call me a heathen because, like, I have two friends that are, for a slight derail, but, like, I am, like, 7 to 8 years younger than two of my, like, really good friends. So, like, in some ways, like, they're, like, more culture, like, they were part of the same peer group that I wasn't, because, like, there's stuff that they remember from, like, when they were kids, but I literally wasn't even born yet. So sometimes, like, we'll all be, like, playing Xbox together, and one of them will, like, make a reference to a movie, and the other one's like, oh, yeah, I love that movie, and they'll be, like, you know, going back and forth, like, talking about it, and then I'm just silent, and they're like, cat.
Yeah.
Cat.
That's like,
have you seen...
That's like talking
Cat,
to my
have
wife.
you seen this movie?
She doesn't get any of my movie references.
Wow, Grandpa, I love when you talk about 12 Angry Men.
So we have a lot of arguments about, like, and I'm like, I've seen movies, just not.
I promise, I've seen
movies.
Just not Ghost. Just not Ghost. Okay.
Just not Ghost. I have a gap of some.
So, the three of you have taken off. You're on your way to Alexandria. It'll probably take you maybe one stop overnight. So you should be getting there sometime tomorrow. Back in Mysidia, Grunthor, you wake up naturally. You know, just as the sun's kind of coming in, you kind of blink awake. You don't really know how long you've been asleep. But the three of you are kind of curled up together. You know, with finally reuniting. It's one of those, the kid sleeping in between. You're like, they're not going anywhere else tonight. So, like, you kind of all wake up. Hekiel has fallen asleep and is still just kind of napping over in the chair with the book kind of on his lap. There's still been... Go ahead, what?
I can imagine that Blake is just, like, curled up outside somewhere. Or, like, outside the door, just, like, wrapped up in her cloak.
Blake,
like,
please.
On the
Unless Dutch is found.
Well, I was going to say, so Blake, you don't remember when you fell asleep. You got really bored because, you know, they were running their tests and things like that. So would you have maybe made your way back up to the room, or where do you think you would have gone?
I don't know if you would have known how to get back, though, because is it clear on where it is? Like,
I'll give you this. Roll me a just a straight intelligence check, or survival.
You got this. I believe in you.
Yeah.
You'll get a bed tonight.
Okay, I'm gonna do survival.
I will survive.
Woo!
even I think that you were probably so flustered that even though you went straight from this room to the lab, I don't think you were paying enough attention, so you don't think you'd be able to make your way back, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You poor thing.
Yeah, I picked the one that I have a +4 to. I still got 6.
Yeah. Well, that was
Blake.
a 2. You could only rolled one lower.
Blake!
Blake's no good, very bad day.
I have a question. Although with how I'm rolling, it's probably not going to work.
Okay.
So, I have experience with working with the plague, right?
You do.
Could I? Are they going to know how long does it take to run the test?
When you wake up, they still seem to be going at it. It seems like some of them look very tired. Some of them look like they've been up almost all night. Because with not being able to find your way back, I assume you kind of just fell asleep in the room. So you can do whatever you want here. If you want to engage, ask any questions or anything, but currently they still seem to be working.
I was gonna... Could I... Okay, so the snake pox kills if you get it, right?
Yeah, currently there's no cure.
Oh.
So
And
it
it's a
eventually will kill you.
It is a 100% mortality rate.
As far as
If you
you've
don't
experienced and as far as anyone else knows, yeah.
So I could go to them and I could check and see... I could check their life strings, right?
You could.
I'm gonna do that.
You could.
Because that would answer if they have it or not, right? Like if they're longer.
That's true. Now, what you will have to do that is you will have to enter the room. So it will be a gamble for you as well. You'll have to enter the room because you'll have to be close enough, and for something like this, you might have to touch them. So that is your call.
Okay. I'm going to go back to the room and tell them they're still running tests. The tests aren't... I don't know when they would... I don't know how to tell...
Well, you will have to get directions from somebody if you want to get back up because of the 6. So if you do want to make it back to the room, you are going to need a little help.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
you
so
might have to pull these scientists from their work.
Can I get the automaton who got me there? Is he still in the room?
Actually, he would be because you are technically his master at the moment, and you have issued him no additional commands. So he's just been standing next to you, over top of you all night while you slept.
Okay. She's just kind of like, oh, okay. She's like, can you take me back to Hekiel and Grunthor? Do you remember where that demon, like the...
Before you even finish saying that, he turns and starts walking out.
Oh my god! And so she's gonna trot, like, be running after him.
Okay. He takes you straight there. No issues. As you get to, you turn the hallway and you see the familiar door and the window. Curled up underneath the window, at some point, Duchess has come back and has just... She's outside the door, under the window. She is curled up, sleeping, just waiting.
Blake is gonna run over and, like, stop before she gets to Duchess and then be like, Duchess!
She kind of wakes up and ruffles her feathers.
And then Blake is gonna hug her.
She just kind of coos and, like, gives you, kind of leans back into you. Then she does, like, a very cute kind of, like, animal yawn where they don't really make a noise. They just, you know what I'm talking about? That, like,
yeah, like
that they do.
His mouth eats Blake.
Oh.
This whole head.
Chocobo hungry.
just affectionate, like a dog.
Yeah.
Bork.
Blake is going to be like, is Duchess saddled?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Duchess still has all
matter,
her stuff
yeah.
on.
So Blake is going to try to, like, climb up onto the saddle and basically just, like, she can just sit there, like, cross-legged, like, the back is brought, like, her legs don't hang on the side, it's just, like, out. And be like, can you stand up for a sec so I can talk to people?
Yeah, you just trying to get to see in the window?
Yeah.
Duchess
Yeah, exactly.
stretches her neck out and just takes a minute as she just kind of stretches, off the sleep and then stands up. And then, Grunthor, what's your passive perception? 18. That's pretty good. You actually see this just out of the corner of your eye. You kind of take a look as you see a little bit of white, and then all of a sudden, whoop, Blake just kind of lifts into view, just standing full on the back of Duchess, looking in the window, trying to keep her balance a little bit as from the quick rising. But you do see her finally just kind of catch herself and tap gently on the window.
I stifle myself from like just burst out laughing, seeing Duchess like on Duchess, and I try not to wake Gibble and Grunidia, and try to extricate myself out of everything, and like let them continue sleeping and resting. And get over to the doors, like, make cooing noises to Duchess, like, quee, quee. And I was like, oh, it's good to see you, Blake.
Can you wake up? Is Hekiel in there? Can you wake him up?
Turn around. Is he?
He's still there. He's asleep in the chair.
You can give him a kick.
Fell asleep reading.
Buried him.
I'm gonna get over to him. I mean, not too quiet, but quiet enough that I don't think I'll wake my family.
Okay.
And kind of grab his foot and shake it a little bit.
Okay. You have your amulet, correct? That protects you from force damage.
Yes.
As you do this, you just kind of grab him almost instinctively as you tug the foot. He wakes up and then just instinctively casts a magic missile right in front of whatever's touching him. As it goes,
who hurt this child?
As you probably your dad. As your
Sorry to inform you, your parents are kind of assholes.
Your amulet lights up as it just and absorbs the force energy as he's. Oh shit! I'm so sorry. Are you okay? I'm so sorry. You roll a deception check. If you're doing that.
You know what? Just for shits and giggles. No. I just I'm fine.
Very funny. Sorry, I must have fallen asleep. Has there been word?
Well, Blake's right outside. Has something to discuss with you.
Perfect. Kind of puts his book down and stands up and walks quietly back over to the window. Has there been word from my colleagues?
No, but I have an idea. Do you know? And she's gonna realize that he probably doesn't know much about her literal neck of the woods. Y'all have a lot of knowledge. Do you know about like life threads?
I've heard some theories. None of them really have been proven out. Conjecture mainly about different threads and how they're predictive of lifelines. And to be honest, I haven't put much stock into it.
I don't have time to explain beyond what I'm just going to say, but it's real and I can see them.
Okay.
I worked when my village got a bit of this plague. I told you about that. And one thing that I was able to do was I was kind of able to see who got it and who didn't, because it didn't transmit. Obviously, it didn't kill all of us. And we were able to contain it to just the people who got it. So we stayed as safe as we could. But anyways, I can tell I can have an idea as if you have it or not, because your lifeline will end. So, like, before too long.
Okay. I have to
But
let
I will.
Grunthor say whatever. He's got, I think, a pun here.
Oh
He's,
no!
he's
exactly
fishing
a-
for
not
inspiration.
Not exactly a pun, but I'm like, this is Blake explaining string theory.
All right, that counts. You get inspiration for that.
Also above table, it is the BFA who does not do math, explaining string theory.
So let me explain this to you, okay? I liked the slight condescension. Like, not really. It was very Southern Charm, nice condescension. You're like, I don't have time to explain this to you.
Well, because I could imagine telling a science person, like, yes, this theory that you've heard that is just kind of like mystical humbo jumbo, it is real. And you're probably going to have like 5,000 questions about it, but we don't have time for those questions. So.
It's like in the newer Star Wars where Han Solo's like, oh, it's real. It's all real, all of it. So, he looks
That was funny.
suspicious. If you would like to give me a persuasion check.
Oh, come on, baby.
Hey, if it's above a 5, that's a
Plus
success
8,
to me.
Jesus.
Let's go.
Yeah, I was.
Okay, so say that, first of all, if this is true and you can see these, that's fascinating, and we need to have a much longer conversation. But what are you proposing exactly?
I think I need to come. I need to come in. I can.
We can't
like,
open you
just
up to
can't
that
close his
risk.
eyes.
If this isn't
Yeah,
the
but
case, then you'll
there's-
be exposed too.
They're still running the test, though.
Well,
Are
then,
we like? How long is it going to take for them to run the test?
I don't know, but they need to be
I can-
conclusive. It could be days. I don't know.
I can tell you quicker than days, though.
But if
That's what I'm saying. If
I understand, but if you're wrong, if we have it, then you're exposed, and then that's it for all of us.
I can wear my my focus. I worked with plague victims when I was in the forest. I never caught it. We had incense that we put in our masks. I don't know if it like, old ways.
Give me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Oh boy.
Double 20s, double 20s.
Grunthor's
Right.
No, 20 and an 18.
typing the code in here.
Ooh,
I just-
that's not bad.
I can't take that
Still
risk.
not bad.
I
God
can't.
damn it.
I can't take the risk. It's
But we have places to go though.
from what I've had to
Also,
do. From what I've
when
had to
this is-
do to these patients, I can't willingly let you put yourself in that situation.
I mean, their dad never had a problem with it. I mean, what?
When this is
Why
over,
are you like this?
when
I'm going to interject if I can.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
Blake is willing to take this risk. She, like myself, have dealt with this plague for a very long time. If she is willing, I say let her.
Y'all can make one last persuasion check, whichever one of you wants to make it. It'll be a straight roll because it's disadvantage but offset by the help. So
I have +0. So,
straight
I was gonna
persuasion.
say I have +2.
oh, that's you. +2.
But Grunthor has inspiration as well.
I have inspiration too.
Yay!
Let's
Wait,
go.
can I guide myself?
You absolutely can.
Okay, I'm gonna guide myself. That
Yes.
adds like what, a +4.
A D4.
Let's go.
Yeah. All right.
Guidance be handy sometimes.
Okay.
What's the D4?
Come on. 4.
Ah,
12.
Blake, I'm changing these die.
And now, was that with? Are you using your inspiration? Did you roll with advantage? I didn't catch it.
I just rolled. I didn't use inspiration.
Okay.
Oh, geez.
You can if you
girl,
want to.
Okay, can I re-roll with
If you want
inspiration?
to burn the inspiration, you
Yeah.
can reroll one more time.
So the gem
Alright.
dice be messing me up too.
Yeah.
You got this. I believe in you.
Does she get her inspiration roll again or no?
Yeah,
This-
yeah, she can roll it one more time.
Yeah, I'm just rolling. I'm not. Oh wait, I need.
She's
a
putting
+2.
your code in.
Okay.
She's trying to make sure she didn't mess it up.
There's no way. So like on the left hand thing, there's no way to add like a modifier, right? Like if I
To
want
the
to add the
D4
modifier,
or
I
whatever.
have-
No, but I mean, if you just click persuasion, it'll roll with the modifier. The +2
yeah.
is included. But on the left-hand
roll a
side, I
D4
don't think
separate.
so.
Mother.
5.
fucking hell.
I
Yeah, I'm
understand.
changing these dies. This is horrible.
I understand what you're saying. I do, but we can't.
I'm sorry. I'm just dying over these dice. Oh my god.
We can't let her in, Grunthor. We can't. It's not
Hey,
safe.
What if after we're all done with the crystals, I go with you to Plagues and I help find people that are sick and aren't?
If we're exposed and you come in, then we won't make it until you find the crystals. If we're exposed, that's it. There's no hope for the 4 of us in this room. I don't want to increase that number. I'm sorry. It's a good idea. It is. It's a great idea, but I just can't let you risk that.
Just beat him up.
That's
Grab the
always an
other leg.
option. That is I mean, that's always an option. Grunthor, what are you doing?
I'll just open the fucking door.
I was like, I have command.
Are you going to try to command?
I mean-
you want to try to command Hekiel? You can absolutely,
I was thinking about.
absolutely can if you'd like to.
Do not trust the offer, please.
Do it.
Do I know how the door is? It like locked?
You have not really inspected it since he came in. You did hear him lock the door once he gave over the samples, but you don't know what means it's locked.
I'm rolling a d20 for myself because I'm of both thoughts. If I roll under a 10, so I'm giving slightly more advantage to not breaking the door down. So 10 to 20 will be I will break the door down.
Okay.
What in
I
the
mean,
world?
I will not break the door down. Sorry. So I'm breaking the door down.
Oh God!
Okay.
Oh my god.
Give me an initiative
Y'all
roll.
just
Why is that? Why? What the heck is roll? Oh, it's just rolling now.
Did you click it too many times?
There, initiative 7. That's not going to be good.
That is not going to be good. He is first. So as he says this, there's a tense moment where people kind of just are frozen in like this moment of indecision. Hold on one second.
Can I initiative too?
You can join in the next
I roll
round. You can join in the next round after this. I will need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
meanwhile it cuts to the ship, and we're all just like playing cards and having a good time.
17?
17. Let
I'm
me
reading
double
Ava's
check.
cards for him and I'm like, fuck, I fold.
Let me double check something really quick.
The rogue's not even playing and he's cheating.
17's pretty good. Let me see if it beats it. I didn't expect this, so I didn't have his sheet pulled up.
Shit.
Wait, do you have a sheet? Do you have a sheet for him?
You dueled him.
Yeah, you two already
Oh
fought.
yeah. Is it like an in-depth sheet or is it just like a basics type
It's
of
a
sheet?
monster sheet. It's not like a character sheet. It's a
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask for a subclass, but that's null and void then.
17
Monster thing.
is gonna succeed.
I
So
like a Grunthor's like, what?
the hold person spell. The hold person spell. As you go, you feel the energy kind of start to come over you, and you feel your muscles tensing up. But just with sheer determination, you shake it off and push through. But it is still technically his turn. That was his action. But with his movement, he does move in front of the door and just kind of puts his hands out. Grunthor, think about this. If we're infected, you are damning her to the same fate that we are about to experience. A fate, I have to remind you, is almost worse than death itself. I've seen what this can do to people. You do not wish that on your friend. And that's his turn.
So what?
Grunthor, what are you doing?
On my turn, I'll say she's been in the same boat and in my presence all this time. I'm sorry, Hekiel. And I punched the door just past him, not doing my best to be fast enough and accurate enough that it doesn't hit him at all.
Give me an
I've
attack
been
roll.
hitting just athletics.
Yeah, you could do that.
I'd laugh if you missed the door, hit him, and still push the door open anyway.
25.
Punch him in the face.
So are you gonna try to punch it, or what are you doing? Kicking it, punching it? What are you?
Like, open hand, for Ava.
Okay.
And I basically open palm, like push the door as hard as I can, type thing.
As you do that, as he's standing there, once you go to do that, he flinches just a little bit, but as he does that, he still maintains. He does not move. But with a 25, your hand smacks the door, and with all of that just pure Galka, like upper body strength mixed with your determination, you hit the door so hard you feel the latch snap and the actual door frame just kind of break off as the door flies open behind him. He stumbles for a little bit, having lost the support of the back, into the hallway and just like holds his breath for a second. Nozak, what's the question?
Does Duchess and Blake need to make a deck save of some sort? Because
No,
aren't they like
'cause
holding onto the door?
The
or
door's
did that
here.
move?
They're on the windows off to the side. The door's not in the window.
I thought the window. Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
the window was on the door. Sorry.
So it's a door, and
That
then off to the
makes way
side,
more sense.
there's like a longer window. So
Since
Thank God! I was like, with the rolls Blake's been having.
yeah, she's just dead. He just crushes her. Oh shit! Well, that solves that problem.
Flash rip.
with my extra attack, I'm actually going to do a unarmed grapple to grab Hekiel
Okay.
so he doesn't stumble.
Okay, go ahead and just give me the attack grapple check, so it won't be contested. Well,
Yeah.
If this is the one you miss, I swear to God, I'm gonna laugh so hard.
You're going to laugh. I'm going to laugh. 20, 30.
I rolled good too. I rolled an 18, but he's a mage, so he doesn't really have a lot of the stuff he needs. So he does try to, as you come towards him to grab him, interpret it kind of as an attack. So he goes to defend himself as you kind of just grab his shirt and pull him back into the room before he can fall over. He just kind of looks at you.
Right. Blake is gonna jump down from Duchess, and I'm gonna assume like she doesn't go anywhere without her focus.
Okay.
So she's like putting that on as like she's pulling up the bottom, like the part of her cloak over her mouth and putting her mask on
Okay.
and like kind of running in the door underneath and being like, okay, close it.
It's
The
not
door's
gonna
gone.
close.
Close it.
Yeah.
You pull it closed, and it just, as you let it go, just kind of goes back open. The whole frame has been ripped off. It's not gonna stay closed.
Shit. Well. Oh, no. Well, I
Well.
hope.
I knocked too
Alright.
hard.
Yeah. Alright, well, we're gonna have to... So she's gonna take off her gloves and
I hope you know
hold
what
her
you're
hand
doing.
out to Hikael. May the stranger guide me. And so she's going to hold her hand out to Hikael.
He's going to look at you and give me an insight check.
You think about the next door he has to buy.
Yeah.
Hekiel's gonna bill me.
Yeah, 24.
Yes, finally.
As he looks at you, there's a mix of emotions on his face. For one, a sadness, as though he is seeing you make what he thinks is a terrible mistake. There's a sadness in him thinking that his part in this is likely going to be your demise. But underneath all that, you get just a little bit of respect as he begrudgingly just kind of reaches his hand out. I hope you know what you're doing. And takes your hand.
Great.
I'm going to let you keep that insight check. It's all one insight check, so I'm not going to make you roll it again. So, not tempting fate. I didn't know you switched dice, though.
I did.
As you're...
Fuck that other dice.
Yeah, we've not had
It's
good luck
the
with
gem
that.
dice. It's the gem dice. I've been telling you. Remember when Izzy was rolling really bad back to back to back? It was the
That
gem
was the gem dice, wasn't it? We need whatever Grunthor's been using.
Wood.
Is that the
Think
wood
that's
one?
what
Okay.
The wood ones.
As you hold on, you close your eyes for a second and just kind of call forth on the stranger. And when you open it...
Her eyes.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
That's good.
Yeah.
I was just gonna give my flavor text of like her eyes
Absolutely.
are gonna go white under the mask's eyes are gonna go white, and he's not gonna see it, but she's gonna see like all the little spider web threads go everywhere, and then you're gonna tell me if they're gonna be short or long because I don't know.
Okay. You have seen the effects of the plague on lifelines before. You kind of know what it looks like. Nothing peculiar about the lines themselves, but they are incredibly short, and you know that they oftentimes, the way that they look is as they come off of the body, they're strong, but they start to deteriorate quickly. As you're holding on to Hikael's hand, you see a very familiar thread. One that you've seen a lot. Nice, long, strong. This person that you are touching is not near the end of their life.
Yay. Next.
Well, sir, as long as you don't do anything dumb, you will have a nice long life.
He gives you a look of a skeptic who just had a palm reading. As he kind of
Fuck.
takes
I
his
just got
hand back.
PTSD from that sentence.
As he takes your hand. He's like, okay.
He's clearly trying to be nice.
Oh, that hurt. I
You
did
don't
some
have it.
psychic damage.
One by
You don't
one,
have it.
you go around the room. Grunthor next. Then the wife, the son. All strong, healthy lifelines.
I should
So we
probably
got a
know
group
this.
project coming up.
I should probably
Maybe.
know this
Yep.
since this was my idea, but can I check on myself? Like, can I like feel my own wrist and be like just to make sure?
I'm going to say you've never been able to actually see your own.
Okay.
That's the one thing that's always eluded you is your own
Okay,
lifelines.
all right.
Although
Well,
it
if y'all
stands to
don't have-
reason, the only real risk to you was if they were infected.
Yeah. Well, if the wife and the kiddo are asymptomatic, they would show, but they would still be contagious, right?
So if they were asymptomatic, they would still have strong lifelines because
Yeah.
Yeah. So your real test here was Hekiel. Really.
Hekiel and Grunthor.
Because
yeah.
well, yeah, but even Grunthor probably would have been fine because he's from the place where it's from.
Yeah.
So the three Galka actually, even if they had it, their lifelines would be strong. Hekiel was your big test.
Yeah,
Ooh,
she's still
so-
gonna keep her mask on and her thing up, just like she's basically gonna do the prep that she did back home that worked out for her. This is it's like I don't know if it actually works, but this is what we did, and I haven't been sick yet, so
So your
Congratulations.
diagnosis is clear?
yeah, you're fine. I mean, if you go and jump off of a tower, I can't see that, but
I'm gonna
Or,
reach into
like-
my coin pouch, grab a handful of coins. I'm gonna drop it into Hekiel's. Hopefully he has his hand still open. If not, then maybe in his pocket. I said, "That's for the door."
Ah. How much you giving him?
A handful. I don't know, like 10 gold.
10 gold, okay. Thank you. He just kind of absentmindedly closes his hand around it. As you see, he's trying to make sense of everything that's happened in the last like 5 minutes. Okay, I don't mean to be rude, but I still think we should wait for the verification, especially that the two that have been in quarantine are in fact safe to travel before we just start sending them out into the world or I mean, is that crazy? That's not crazy. It's just pragmatic.
I'm gonna look at Blake and kind of give a squinty like look to her, saying, "That's all well and good. Maybe they should stay here to be with you for safety."
I think what I would say is, again, like I've worked with this plague too. I'm sorry, I didn't catch y'all's names. Like she's talking to the wife and the
I
Okay.
I introduced them to Blake.
Oh, you
I'm
did?
like,
Oh, they did.
no,
Oh,
I
shit.
will be. I'll do that.
Okay. Yeah, and sorry, I didn't catch. I would keep them here, and I don't know if they're. I can't see. She's trying to think of the word because I don't know if she'd know the word for asymptomatic or like.
Yeah, I think so. I
if-
mean, you're a healer.
if
I think you
they-
know that.
Yeah, or like carry. I don't know if carrier. If they're carriers, I won't be able. I can't see that. I can just see when lifelines start, like end, basically. So I'd keep them here, just to check and see if they are infected. If they are, and obviously they're not showing any signs. Maybe something can be done. That's not anything I know how to do. That's not anything I know how to do. But I think you can leave, Hekiel. Like, I don't think you need to be worried about having it. I would keep. I would wear a mask. We wear. She's gonna give him some of the. I imagine. I think I have like a box with like sage and alms. In my
Yeah, I
ship.
believe you do.
Yeah, so she's gonna give him some of that, or like she has incense. And it's like we burned it in our mat. Like we have to wear these when we work. So we burned it in our masks, and not many. Some of us caught it and passed, but not all of us did. So I don't know how it works. This is so. But I think you can leave, and I think Grunthor should be okay. I feel like I should be, because I haven't been exposed very long, and I'm wearing this. But
One more persuasion check.
okay.
Plus,
You-
Blake and I
you got
need
this.
to get
Yeah.
to.
25.
Oh.
Those dice are helping so much.
There's a moment where he goes
Can
to
we-
argue. Sorry, what
Can
were you
we
going to say?
go back to the earlier argument, like where I was just rolling two? Can we just like rewind? Like this was all a dream.
Do over.
I want to use this roll all the way back when I was looking for an automaton. Everything goes different. Actually, it does, because if he found an automaton, Hekiel doesn't go in to take the sample himself. It does, so he's free to move around. Everything's a little different. So anyway,
God damn it, Blake.
there's a moment where he looks like he's about to argue with you, and then he just kind of stops himself. I may not understand exactly what just happened here, but I've come to understand that you all are a trustworthy lot. If you say it's safe, I believe you. I do agree, and of course, it's ultimately up to them, but I think that for the time being, they stay here in Mysidia. It's the safest place for them, while you go to retrieve your queen. Grunthor, can I talk to you for just a second? Your wife says. From, again, the portal. She's in the other room still. So.
I excuse myself from Blake and Hekiel and head over there.
So, what's the verdict? What's going on?
Unfortunately, well, let me start with the good news. Hekiel is not infected, and we believe that you two may no longer be potentially no longer carry the pox.
Oh my god, that would be so. Just thinking about the unintentional damage we've done, it's been keeping me awake. That's so good to hear. You said there was bad news?
Yes. I have to leave again, and you two must stay here with again. But hopefully this will not be long.
Does that have something to do with the stories you were telling us last night?
Those
Queen,
stories as
crystals.
well as, yes, as well as this. With the pox. I need to go and make sure the queen is safe and get her back to her city or wherever it is that she wishes to go, which may even be Balam. As I have already told you both, I have pledged myself to her now, since I am no longer of best stock.
She kind of looks down and she puts her arm around Gibble, brings him in, just kind of gives him a hug as she looks back at you. I'm proud of you, Grunthor. I want you to know that. And I know you have things you have to do. And you gave up your dream for this family once. What you're asking is nothing. We'll be here when you get back. You better come back.
Cool.
I hate to steal this line from a movie, but with my shield or on it.
Nice.
And I pull them both into another tight hug.
Aw.
And they just return the embrace.
And roll credits.
All right.
Not quite.
That's 2
And
out
that's
of 5.
Kupo Quest, everybody. It ends there.
That's 2 out of 5. We just need the other 3 to reunite with their families now.
One at a time. So, at this point,
Boy.
Hekiel turns back to you, Blake. Oh, sorry. Did you have something to add?
Oh, no, never mind. I can't count also because I thought Izzy was talking about, like, Nozat, Kim, and,
Oh, no, Izzy's already had his family.
yeah, and then I realized that, no, like, and I can't
And then
count.
he disowned them.
True. And now you're his family. It always ends up being a found family story with D&D. It's just how it goes.
I'm so sorry to tell you guys, Duchess is actually his family. I'm not sure about the rest of you.
Everybody is just adopting Duchess. That's it.
Yeah.
Hekiel turns back to you, Blake. Well, if you're off, we need to get you off. You've been here long enough, I think. Every minute we risk my father finding out what's going on.
I'd like to get out of here before your daddy finds us.
Well, kind of looks back at Grunthor, and just tries to be as subtle as he can. Just clears his throat a little bit.
One last thing. I break the embrace, run over to Duchess, whisper in her ear, and like nuzzle my head against her, and I was like, "Come on, I want you to meet the rest of the family."
No.
Oh, as you pull him in, Gibble's eyes just light up, and he is just like, oh, "She's so pretty." And can I ride her? Can I get up?
I literally
respectful king.
up, put her on top of Duchess on the saddle,
Okay.
and bring Granidia over, and formally introduced Duchess and Granidia to each other.
Okay.
And I just have this big stupid smile, and I look over at Hekiel and Blake, and I'm like, my life is now complete. Anything can happen now.
As you're doing
I'm
that,
ready.
Gibble kind of takes the reins and just starts kind of moving her around the apartment expertly. I mean, you were a chocobo farmer. Of course, your son knows how to ride one of these things. So he's still kind of short, but he's hitting that age where he's getting ready to hit a growth spurt. But yeah, he knows what to do, and he's being respectful, but just kind of just having them trot around the room. And there's a moment where you're standing there watching him, and Grenadia's hands kind of go down and just interlace with yours. And she kind of squeezes your hand and then kind of looks down at your two hands clasped, her right hand and your left. And she just kind of brings your hand up to look at your ring. have an idea. I've been working on some things beforehand, as you know. I want to give you a present that will maybe help, and it'll just maybe help you remember me a little bit. Since you have such a problem with that, she gives you just a sly smile and a little bit of a wink. Can I see this for just a moment?
I was like, my love, if you asked for my hand, I would cut it off now. And I just slide the ring right off.
Okay. She takes it in her hands and she just kind of holds it and then kind of clasps her hands together with it over top, and she just bows her head and starts whispering some kind of incantation into it. You've seen her do magic before. Like I said, she's a war mage, but you're not familiar with what she's doing. It seems some kind of enchantment. As she finishes up, she breathes a little bit into the ring and then opens it up, and you see that the ring looks, for the most part, the same. And as she hands it back to you, you take it, you inspect it. Mostly nothing looks different, except you notice now on the very inside of the ring, there is an engraved message that just basically has yours always, and then Grunidia. There's a little bit more to it. I've kind of put a spell in it, and hopefully it'll help you when the time comes. She kind of reaches over and she just kind of gives you a kiss on the cheek and then starts to explain basically what she did. You now have a ring of spell storing with a banishing smite loaded into it.
Way! I know that one.
Yeah.
Yo, I have been saving up for that item since like episode 12.
So
All you need to do is get married. Fuck.
you got one big fucking hit with it. Now it's reloadable, of course, but it holds 5 levels of spells, and you're loaded up. So you got a banishing spite loaded into it. So
Me and Grunthor are going to be twins soon.
yeah. She's not gonna send you off to battle with no fucking cantrips. All right, she's sending you off with the good shit. Okay.
I'm so excited for Izzy to meet your family, just for him to look up at your wife and be like, she's all the me I could be.
With that, are you heading out?
With a big ol' kiss and a ruffling of Gibble's hair as I pull him back down. Definitely. And what was the name of that spell so I can add it onto the ring?
Banishing Smite. It's pretty cool. It's a good spell.
Okay.
Got one blast
It's a
of it.
really good spell.
I think you'll use it well, to be honest. But I was looking through, like, what should I load this thing up with? Banishing Smite.
Oh, thank goodness. Now I don't have to take the banishment spell.
So, are you heading out?
I look at Blake and I'm like, are we ready?
I'm good when you are.
Okay. Follow me.
I'm gonna walk over to Blake and offer to lift her up onto Duchess.
Perfect.
Yeah, she's gonna take it. Which
Okay.
it's like, am I going in the saddlebag again?
No.
I need a group stealth check
Oh,
from all 3 of you.
Okay. Dice, don't be assholes.
Ava,
Right?
give me a wisdom check.
Ava?
Ava.
Yeah.
Oh, this bitch.
I have disadvantage at stealth, but I rolled good.
17. 17's great. Okay. Disadvantage stealth, but a 15. What'd you get, Blake? 7.
I got a 7.
Love that.
Roll me one for Duchess as well.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if she has any advantages other than dex, so +4.
This is why clerics should be allowed to have a freaking pass without trace.
Yeah.
So also a 15.
Okay.
Let's go.
15.
But Blake is riding on Duchess, so does
True.
Blake get any?
True.
Yeah, do I get advantage?
Judging by the
Or-
roll, you're about to or
Alright.
not.
So
Or
here's what we're gonna do.
Duchess, I don't know.
Here's what we're gonna do.
DM, your hair looks very pretty today. Can they have a +10?
Here's what we're gonna do, because his was low. Okay, I will let you have one more roll, Blake, and this is gonna decide it. This will be so basically
Oh,
it
like-
comes down to this because we're right on the cusp now of passes and fails. So yes, you can have advantage, but let's see what happens.
Don't do me dirty. Oh, fuck you.
2.
Oh, come on!
Wolf, that's crazy that I just cash apped you $120 by accident.
You're making your way through.
What if I add my dice together? Guys, does that help?
What's that? A 9? Okay.
Hang on, does that still work with guidance?
Guidance. It's
Yeah, I should have guided. Can I guide myself retroactively?
it's not gonna help.
Damn
my
it.
favorite, but you're my favorite DM.
I appreciate
His
that.
name's
I
Wolf.
truly do.
But fuck you.
you're so good.
Can
But-
Duchess burn her inspiration to help her?
It's too late.
What pun did Duchess tell?
She's a giant chicken. That's a pun.
That's all. Yeah, she gets Grunthor's rollover puns. You guys are making your way through, and you're not necessarily being loud or anything, but that's not necessarily what that was for. You're getting close, and as you turn the last corner going towards the portal room, you come face to face with Odonis, who is standing.
Yeah, I saw that
Jeez.
coming.
I rolled
Well,
2.
this is interesting. I thought I told you never to come back here. With that, we cut over to Ava. Ava, 17 is a very good roll. Is there anything in particular that you would be doing in order to help this along? Because as of right now, you are a little confident that you might be able to just push through. It's up to you. You can stop and rest, but if with a 17, you can take 1 point of exhaustion to push through, and you can make it to Alexandria by dawn. You're flying much faster than you expected to.
Izzy, we could make it there by dawn if I don't sleep. Should we stick with the plan or should we push quick?
Let's see. You're going to be staying on the ship anyways, and I'm going to be flying down to get the others. And Grunthor, since he's clearly already there, he'll be there to help me out with that. So if you
Wait, we're gonna need to land this ship because there's no way that chicken fits on your. There's no way Duchess fits on your broomstick, right?
that's true. Regardless, you're going to still be on the ship. So if something happens, I would prefer that you don't get into the fray anyways.
If we
So
get
with
close
that,
enough to the ground, I can get Duchess up here, no problem.
yes.
Oh, okay.
Regardless, with all that, do you think it's worth the risk? I think it might be.
What, to push through?
Yes. Although
Yeah,
if you don't want to, it's an immediate no for me.
Oh no, that's fine. I asked you for a reason. I'll go with your plan.
Yes. Also, I still don't understand how this card game works. So you can stack bonus cards. onto the cards.
Yeah, but only up to 5. I'll explain it. Let me push through and keep driving. It's weird rules.
So, with that, you kind of dig down deep, and you can feel as you make the decision, you hear a very tiny voice in the back of your head, like, "Yes, push it. See what we can do together."
Real good.
As you go, and you can feel as Garuda kind of makes more contact with you, you can feel the ship lurch even and start to move faster. You do hear a little bit of a creaking noise as the ship is being pushed faster than it was designed to go, but it's holding together. It's holding together fine. But you push through. The rest of you are you going to take a nap on the boat, on the ship?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
For
Wait.
a couple of days. I'm enjoying the break.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, what's his... Izzy. Izzy's my character. Izzy is going to suggest that they take shifts just in case something happens.
Okay. Fair enough.
I got a bunch of spells that I can fire off if shit goes south. Like,
Okay.
we are fine if this thing goes down.
At the moment, you feel relatively safe. I mean, there's no other airships in the sky. It's probably not a bad idea to keep a watch out, though. Ava, on the
We're
other
not
hand,
going to act like the previous scene didn't just happen, DM. I do not feel safe in this moment.
So,
Trust me, we'll be fine.
Ava, you do take a point of exhaustion as you push through.
Okay.
As it's hard to keep your eyes open, but there's times when your eyes drift and they kind of close, and you hear this voice in your head say, "Nah, wake up, we're not done." And you just kind of pop up. Yes, they're going to be a lot more present in your mind now.
We love a helpful sleep paralysis demon.
As you kind of blink awake, eventually you can see the sun starting to come up. And once the land gets covered with daylight, you can see an unfamiliar kingdom, but it is in the general direction that Sid did provide you with maps and stuff, so he didn't just send you off out of nowhere. This is Alexandria that you're coming up to.
Jesus. What was that loud-ass boop?
I don't know, I didn't hear anything.
Jesus Christ.
My keyboard being, I have a clickety clack, and my mic was like right next to it. Sorry.
Nice.
As you are coming in, as the sleep you're fighting it so hard, you see the Kingdom of Alexandria. It's large, rivaling that of Lindblom, the capital of the Empire. It is definitely, from the places you've been to, the only other city that really rivals that in terms of just pure size and scope. Give me a perception check.
Perception. Yep. At disadvantage because I'm exhausted.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Are we also able to do one if we're like awake or looking over the side, or are we just dead asleep?
At this point, you would be waking up if you'd like to also look.
Yeah, I think I
10
might
with
do one as well.
disadvantage isn't too bad.
Perception. I just want to roll something, to be honest.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, hey, a 10.
10. Well, actually, wait, what's your passive? Your passive's like 21.
My passive perception's 21.
Give me a history
Jesus.
check.
History? Gotcha. 18.
Okay. Your 21, your passive would have noticed this, especially with who you are. And Izzy, you would see this too. As you're coming up, and you can see as you get closer and closer to Alexandria itself, one thing jumps out at the two of you that's looking. For the most part, it's quiet. In the early morning, not many people, actually nobody's out, especially outside the kingdom itself. You do see some farmlands off to the side, but even that, everything still seems to be asleep, with the exception of one figure that's standing very close to the gates of Alexandria on the outside. Just one lone figure standing there, clad completely in black. Nozak. You
Yeah.
recognize this figure. Not who it is,
Fuck.
but you recognize the armor that they're wearing. This is the Dark Knight of Lindblom, of the Empire. No one knows their identity, but you know that this is the person they usually send in to get shit done.
Yeah.
You would know that this is not a good sign.
Yeah.
Would you get an 18?
18 for history.
Dark Knight. The Dark Knight has never been revealed officially, and even you in the inner circles of the Empire themselves don't know who this figure is. They're basically a nameless enforcer, for lack of a different type, or lack of a different word, and they're likely here as a precursor to additional action, delivering terms or something like that. Don't know how long they've been there, but they seem to be waiting. I think that's where we're going to end tonight.
Well, that's none of our business. Let's get going, gang.
I hear boss music playing.
So
Izzy looks to the side. He's like, "Oh wow, what a very long red line with a name over it."
I did just because I went
Is that a
ahead.
bar with percentages over it?
I will go ahead.
For-
And, see that I heard it that time. The beep. Don't know what that is. I'll go ahead and throw this up. This is the figure that's standing outside. This is the armor and what they look like.
Oh, that's
There are
creepy.
those violins.
Oh my
playing
god,
in
it's
the
my first
background.
D&D character.
Hang on. Where is
So
it being thrown up?
it's on the roll 20,
And,
There.
Roll
Okay.
and it'll be on the stream.
My thing was like scrolled down to the bottom, so I was like, okay, cool. What are we looking at?
So,
Gotcha.
Izzy, you see this, but you don't know what this is. Only Nozak would recognize what this figure is. And you'd also know, Nozak, that this figure has not been used or deployed in a while.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
Is that damn man still in the
Yay.
tank below the ocean?
You don't know that either.
Has anyone checked on Sephiroth? We need to go under the ocean check.
Quick,
So-
we need to throw Sephiroth at him.
So, quick recap of where we are. Blake
Quick, take
Grunthor.
its helmet off, find out if it's a twig. Is it a blonde twig?
Might be. You don't know. Blake and Grunthor stopped right before being able to join them in Alexandria, and Ava, Izzy, and Nozak coming into something? Who knows? Definitely some kind of political bullshit, I'm sure.
Do have a side question before we end, though.
Go for it.
How far away is the portal to Alexandria from where we are?
You're outside the portal room, so you have to get past Adonis, into the room, and into the portal. So it's, if I need to drop a map, I can. Maybe dash distance, but you do have the Archmage between you and the portal. It's doable.
Hey,
We'll see what happens.
I have another question for
Yeah.
you. What does he have? What does he have a higher? How high is his wisdom?
The Archmages?
Yeah.
Hang on, how high is the Archmage's?
I'm not going to give you a number because that's not fun for me. But I'm going to look it up. I'm going to look it up right now just to see. Okay?
I want you to say that again, but slowly.
Would it be safe to say that Adonis is a sorcerer?
It would be safe to say that, yes. That is safe to say.
They're an entire family of sorcerers except for Izzy.
Yeah.
That's what I remembered. So, based on what we were saying, talking about in the typed chat, Blake, I think.
Oh, you're
The
Yeah.
fact that y'all were planning.
Yeah.
Oh no, because I could just see like Grunthor going like punch, and I have a plan, but I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't know how stupid of a plan it is.
Girl, I
We're gonna
hope you and my brother stocked up on counter spells.
I do apologize to Izzy, Nozak, and Ava. I know this was a little light on you all tonight, but we had a lot to cover
fine.
for Blake and Grunthor, so I appreciate you being patient with us. Thought we would be all back together next episode, but the dice just didn't work it out with Adonis there.
Blake.
So Blake. Good job, Blake. Way to
Oh my
go.
God, Blake.
Die! And it fucked me over at the last minute. It gave me hope, and then it was just like, no, bitch.
To do that thing where it like rolled at an
This is what you
18
got.
and then like clicked over. I hate when it does that. Oh. Anyway, we will pick up
No,
there
I
next
just-
week. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying I felt so good because I was like, yes, I got the good die. I should be, that's a 2.
Yeah.
Nope.
The dice they giveth and then they take away as well. So we'll see how that goes. I'm interested. We've already had one. You already had one kind of quick bash with one of the high mages, and you managed to best Hekiel to get the door open. So all hope isn't lost.
This is going to be very interesting.
I will say, as soon as you threw out that Dark Knight in front of the other three, all I could think of was Monty Python's the Black Knight. None shall pass.
Yeah.
With your arms cut off, 'tis only a scratch.
It's but a flesh
But a flesh wound.
God, I haven't seen that in forever. Have you seen Spam-A-Lot, like the musical, the play? It's pretty good.
I have.
I like it a
That
lot.
was one of the last shows the senior class did at my high school, and I wanted to be in it so bad, but I didn't have time.
Well, I'm going to cut the stream here before we get talking about Spam-A-Lot for 20 minutes. Thank you all for hanging out with us. We'll be back next week to pick up and see where we go from here. So, bye. Lally ho, friends.